5 things that a criminal defense attorney should be doing for you. The first and most important thing is a criminal defense attorney needs to investigate the charges against you. The charges typically start with what's called a complaint. The complaint is what the prosecutor uses to formally charge you with something in court. So a criminal defense attorney should be looking at the charges, looking at the various ways they're charging you, how they're doing it, what are the laws in regards to you being charged, and what are the potential sentencing ranges as well. That attorney wants to know everything about those charges, and he needs to look at the charges carefully to make sure that no prosecutors are making mistakes and to see if we can use those mistakes to our advantage. The second thing they need to do is analyze all the evidence. Once you're charged with a crime, the prosecutor needs to give you all that evidence. He has to give you police reports, he has to give you any witness statements, and of course any and all video as well. Your criminal defense attorney needs to look at all that evidence. He needs to look at the charges and the evidence together to see if this is a case that the prosecutors can prove. And he should be doing this with you so that he can figure out exactly what's going on. Remember, the charges are against you, and you were at least allegedly at the scene at the time that this happened. There's enough evidence for you to go forward if you've already hired a criminal defense attorney. So therefore, you know a little bit about this so that your criminal defense attorney should be in constant contact with you about this case. The third thing he should be doing is defending your rights. We all know that we have certain rights, rights such as to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures, or the right to not incriminate yourself. Your criminal defense attorney should be looking at the evidence and looking and seeing if the police officers did their job. Did they properly conduct an investigation? Did they violate any of your rights? And if they did violate your rights, he should be talking to you about potentially doing a motion to dismiss the case based off of improper evidence. The fourth thing that your criminal defense attorney should be doing is negotiating a disposition. Now, you might not want to cop out and take the first deal, but the one thing you do want to know is, what is the prosecutor offering? That will give you more options. Sometimes prosecutors aren't looking to jam you up. Sometimes they're looking to give you a deferred prosecution or some kind of second chance probation that will eventually be off your record. So you have to always look at the risk versus reward when talking about criminal law. You could be facing jail time versus getting your felony case expunged. So if your criminal defense attorney is doing his job right, while he's doing all this, analyzing the evidence, looking at the strengths and weaknesses of your case, he should also be looking at negotiating a great disposition for you. The fifth and most important thing is taking the case to trial. If your attorney believes that it's a great case to take to trial, or if the prosecutor is being super unreasonable, it becomes trial time, and you really want your attorney to have looked at the evidence, looked at the charges, made sure that your rights weren't violated, and made sure that he couldn't get you a great deal before trial. All these things work together, but the most important thing at trial is that your attorney feels confident going to trial. You want to make sure that your attorney knows what he's doing, is fully prepared. And the most important part of a trial would be the cross-examination. Your attorney needs to know how to cross-examine a witness, and in order to effectively do that, he needs to know what that witness's testimony will be and to figure out what the weak points of that testimony are. So make sure that your criminal defense attorney should be doing these 5 steps, and you should be in good shape for your criminal.